am Farcaster. It is Wednesday, May 15th, 2024. And you are here with Nounish Prof and Adrienne for 29 minutes of Farcaster news to start your day. By the way, before I forget, Adrienne, we need to update a few other places.
Yeah, shout out 21. Shout out K-Mac, who called me out for still using 21, but I'm kind of stuck on 21.
I know.
I don't know if it really, by the way, I don't know if it really matters.
I just noticed your background says trad rad. Love it.
My background is trad rad, and this is a little preview for something I'll be sharing later today.
I love it. I was like, trad rad. It's a thing. It's a thing. If you don't know what trad rad is,
traditional radio.
There you go. Traditional radio it is.
It is not live streaming.
Exactly.
On online.
And moving on to all the fun things we have to talk about today. Whoops. Not starting there. Decentralizing channels, work in progress. We're planning, this is from DWR, we're planning a 2-phase migration for decentralizing channels, clean up Warpcast only channel features next week or so, decentralized into the protocol, 2 to 3 months. And he goes on. The biggest change in existing channels, we're getting rid of trending. You can either have no moderator or have the main feed in the channel be priority mode, unique for each user, or take control of the channel and use an automod type tool to create a custom algo. Channel passes and Warren Hide ban will go away. Again, you can either opt for no moderation and Warpcast will default to priority mode, or turn on moderation and have more granular control over what's in the main feed. From the user side, that's a question. So there's, and then a whole bunch more followed after that. So there was this post about what's changing about channels, very long, lots of information. I'm still not fully, there's a few things I'm still not fully sure about. For one thing, and I don't know if you've seen this, are we losing pinning or are we keeping pinning if we have moderation on? I'm assuming if it's in priority mode, it's just chronological. Any idea?
Good. You just stumped me. I was like,
I thought maybe you knew and I just missed it.
No, because there's been a lot of, there was a lot of Q&A and I don't remember anyone asking about pinning particularly.
I'll have to ask in the channel host DC group chat.
There's a lot. And
there's
he
a lot
back in the morning, and I was like, "Oh, okay, I can take some time to learn about this." No, you can't take time because the entire day was spent casting about channels, and
it went from there. Yeah, there was a ton, and then he had some also examples. Here's a concrete example of where the proposed moderation model for channels, more control over main feed algo, includes the existing concept of hosts, expands the pool based on simple, hold an asset, and advanced on-chain criteria, less work. So I think there's just still a lot more to learn here in terms of what are the moderation tools that are going to be available and see them in play. And I've said this many times, like I learn things by doing them. So I really won't fully understand this until it goes into place. And this was from Deodad. The permissionless channel proposal unlocks channel owners' ability to monetize their channel with advertising via a moderation rule that allows advertisers to pay for inclusion. Ad marketplaces that you can opt into just like that and monetize that sweet attention across every Farcaster client. This is a crazy shift. That to me was really interesting. Also still don't fully understand what that means and like how that will work in reality, but I can see some really great implementations for that, potential implementations for that. I can also see some very, I don't know, old school Web 2 vibes.
Abusive
as well. Yes, that's like trying to find the right words. That might really suck. So I don't know. And I don't know. Thoughts?
Yeah. I think we're going from channels. We're not in the protocol, not decentralized, an entirely Warpcast feature.
Mm-hmm.
So they're kind of handling the like infrastructure, kind of basic shape of channels. And then anything with the user like interaction was based had to go through Warpcast. So he's really slimmed down what a channel is to put into the protocol, like as simple as possible. And then all the complexity then goes to ecosystem. So there's so much more you can do. So I think it gets hard a little bit to see the shapes of everything that can come, and you're trying to get your head, like I was trying to understand exactly how do I take what I know about channels. And the initial thought was it felt more complex to handle, because instead of having Warpcast do it, it's like, oh, I got to configure XYZ. But I think eventually, all the kind of user experience stuff falls into place over time, and there's like an infinite amount of composability and customization.
And it's really interesting to see how sort of AutoMod ended up playing a bit of a role here because of that development, which was permissionless and independent from the team. They started thinking more about how to implement that on a protocol level as well, which I thought was really interesting. So one of the things I was asking for early on was to be able to gate by NFT. And I think you can do that with AutoMod, but you still can't do that directly in the channels. But I'm thinking what they're building in is going to allow for that. It seems that way. I could be wrong, but it seems to be that's going to be built in.
I think not built in. I think it's handled
still
through
part of AutoMod.
I think think about like all the logic for what you see and is handled out of the protocol.
It's going to be interesting. I think it's going to have to experiment a little bit to find the right fits for different channels. Every channel is different too. So it's going to be interesting, but I can definitely see like what I wanted to do with Builder, for example, is to make sure that, those who have a token are seen easier, like within the trending feed, you know what I mean? So that they have some kind of priority in that channel. And that's not always easy to do. So that would be helpful for sure. Have you've used AutoMod, right? Within Farcaster? So how's that worked so far? I know it was early on the last time I asked you, but how is that working?
It's fantastic. It's like, you're just setting up rules. You can add multiple hosts now as well. So for people or kind of administrators or collaborators, you can add people on a temporary basis. One of the feedback on the new channel proposal was you can only have one channel owner and one channel moderator. I forget.
Yes, I saw that. Yes.
So the immediate thing was like, that is completely unfair on one person. Like there's no way one person can manage a community. But the idea is if you've got a larger channel and you want more than one person, you're using a bot. You're giving up, the bot becomes, and then you can have something as simple as the bot, whatever, whether it's AutoMod or another one that will surely be built, says, okay, if any of these 10 people like a cast, then the bot will like it. And that's kind of the signal. And the shift is going away from removing content that you don't like. So and finding the good content and elevating. So it kind of shifts from removing and banning and hiding bad content to curating the good.
Okay. So that makes a lot of sense. Like that's really what I know we talked about before about like curating the good stuff is really what is going to keep people coming back as well. So I can see that connection to like the QDAO kind of thinking as well.
And the AutoMod is hard because it's like, what makes a good cast? Is it, one of these is like you have these, the AI generated random casts with a picture in it. And you're like, no, that's bad. Okay, well, what's the rule for that? If it has a picture, it's bad. If it sounds like an AI, is that bad? Sometimes someone will cast, it's so contextual. But now we have tools like Bot or Not, your capital, your SCS, your, whatever it is, there's other information contextual. So I can see kind of building in
some of those things to like, that makes
signals.
A lot of sense. Especially, if you can auto somehow create like, okay, this person's good, like let them post and then start to work it that way somehow. All right, let's move on. Well, related, not moving on really. Dan started throwing out ideas yesterday. He was a little like guerrilla idea guy yesterday. Channel gating ideas. People are going to get very creative. And these were just some of the ones that were mentioned in terms of a follow graph, a group-based, FID-based, NFT-based, obviously, token-based, like an ERC20, on-chain history, on-chain attestations, which would be interesting, multi-chain, and application-based gating. So it's going to be interesting. And then there were a couple other folks who mentioned other ideas like event-gated channels, event RSVP gated channels. This is from Matthew from events.xyz. And paragraph saying, would you want a channel only for your paragraph subscribers? So you can do some of that, but it's very manual now, right? You can't really gate the channel, but you can do a group chat or something like that. A lot of people don't really care for group chats because they get overwhelming. So I would love channels that were gated. I think that would be super helpful for some of these type of things, especially events. I think that makes it a little easier than having to have somebody join a group chat to give updates on events, but to have something that was really just for those who are going to be attending. Could make it a little bit special. And then this from Rish, reach out if you're building any of these and we can help. This is stuff to build on Farcaster, another 10 ideas from Dan. And this led to Rish from Neynar saying, let us help you. So if you're, if you're a dev and you've been like sitting around like, I want to build something on Farcaster, but I have no ideas. There's 10 that Dan would like to see. So did you even have time to read through this? There was a lot.
What do you? I built them all.
No, you did. Okay, great. Yeah, I built. So last night, that's what you're doing. Yeah,
I built a few proof of concepts.
Just a few. I like interesting the NFT pre-release frame and direct cast. That's interesting. Like waitlist, but a little different. That could be interesting, especially if you tie that then to crypto commerce and physicals. If the NFT is a standalone for a physical drop, could be interesting.
The other new Lego that we talked about last Friday was the and Monday was the programmable DCs.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. So that I'm seeing. Yeah, I'm seeing like how these two sort of work together a little bit. I think that we're going to definitely see more of that. And you just reminded me, I missed one cast from Dan regarding Legos. Hold on. There was a lot
DC direct cast's not in the protocol.
Yeah. Not yet, right? But
yeah,
that's what's
channel's
coming.
Not yet either. Yeah, but it'll take some time.
It'll take some time.
Longer than
but we'll
channels.
get there. We'll get there. But also, I'm excited to see the programmable DCs and see what people come up with. I know Hypersub was talking about some of that as well, integrating. And then this was also from Dan regarding the Legos of channels. And a new channel proposal enables channel Legos. Channel owners have the freedom to mix and match tools and settings, enables developers to build businesses at different parts of the channel stack. E.g., economic layer is now open season versus current centralized channel pass model. Again, I think until I see this in action, I don't think I'll fully understand it. Just my thinking here. I want to see a few implementations of it, and then I think I'll have a better idea. Okay, moving on.
Lucky you, because you will see them, because they will be built, and we.
I'm sure by Friday.
Them all
well, yeah, no, not yet. I don't think it's available yet, but as soon as it's available, as soon as it's available, it will be here. And I love that you're seeing so many of other folks coming out, like Rish and in Airstack, and previously it was like, here's how we can help you, kind of thing. Many requests to turn social capital score into social capital rank. We're thinking it over. In meantime, we really like leaderboards, let's be honest. In meantime, here's some distribution data, top 50. Reminder, this only measures users' influence, nothing more. And again, this is not define your worth.
It defines your influence and how much people listen to you and how much people like you. And it's not.
It means nothing. It's okay.
It's totally meaningless.
It's meaningless and don't worry about it. But if you want to know, there it is. And I kind of want to know. This is
Can you go back? Can you go back though and pull that
sure.
last? If you can pull up that image on the
it's
left.
Really small. Yeah.
No,
it's
no,
really
the
small.
first the
the
one on
first
the
one.
left,
Okay.
the first one, because that is a little bigger.
There you go.
I mean, this is like make this your wallpaper and just take a look. If you look at there's the vast majority of users, 256,000, are in cohort 1, with a social capital score of 0.00001.
Yeah.
And
I think that's
even
important.
more. I mean, it's
even cohort 4 goes up to 6. I mean, so that's what the numbers really, I couldn't quite figure out the numbers. The numbers were very confusing because when I first saw mine, I'm like, well, if it's out of 10, that's pretty good. I was like, but if it's out of 200 and something, I don't know what that means. So this helps you get a little better context.
There are only there are only 224 people that have, I guess, a score above 6 and massive even spread between from 6 to 300. So
huge. So there you go. So again, this does not define your worth. You're fine.
Hold on, be right back. I just gotta go check my social capital score and see if it got higher from yesterday.
Oh God. Okay, this is from Zinger. Next week, next Wednesday is Bitcoin Pizza Day, and there will be multiple events happening all around the world. So there's probably one near you. This one's in New York. Looking for a couple more sponsors to round out an epic NYC pizza party next week. Shoot me a DC if you're down. So this is from Zinger. So they are looking for a few more sponsors. If you are interested, reach out. And I'm still trying to figure out exactly what I'm doing, but I'm pretty sure we're going to be doing some streaming. Was chatting with Snacks, and we might be streaming from different places, having them check in. So we'll see more soon.
I'm excited. I might try to go to the New York one, and I'm excited because this might be the last Bitcoin Pizza Day before the first Farcaster Cookie Day.
Exactly. Yes, it will be. So DGen Cookie Day coming soon. This is from related to Base. It's called Build, Ready to Play Build a Game. Each player will have a budget of build to distribute based on their reputation as an on-chain builder. To prevent abuse, the budget formula is secret, but there are 3 key factors to calculate it: builder score, build nominations received, and $ build tokens. So if you're interested in learning more, jump into the /build, not builder channel. This from Adrienne. I want you to explain this. So trend alert slow. First there was Slow Core HQ by Trish D and Danica Swanson. Now there is Slow Collab by Slow Crypto. Check them out and let me know what you think. So what to you is slow? Like, what does that mean? And there's also like Slow Rodeo. I've seen a lot of things about slow lately.
Yeah, so different means different things. So Slow Crypto is just launching something new. He was on a Unlonely stream, co-creating norms for it. Cool. So it's very different than the Slow Core project that that Danica and Trish D announced. But I don't know, just to make a trend, I'm just starting to see more and more people kind of talk about slow, and I think it's a reaction to too much, to too much
fast.
It's being intentional and thoughtful, building to last, building for the long term, not a move fast and break. So if you actually look at the Slow Cryptos, like some of the responses, just some really, really thoughtful things from people who have high SCSs, cool. Some OGs,
high SCSs. Yeah. Okay. That's pretty. There was also on the shirts for C Club at FarCon, there was a whole thing that said slow on the back, and then there were different things you could actually add to that, and I thought that was interesting as well. So Enjoy had slow on the back, so, and that was also connected with Slow Rodeo, I believe. So it was interesting. So this is it's been a bit of a trend. So there you go. Speaking of slow things that are slow, the Oregon Trail, but not really.
Oregon Trail.
But only the original one. This is the Boregon Trail. So Bored, famously Bored Elon, originally from from Twitter, crypto Twitter. But this is board. You can play Boregon Trail now. Don't die on desktop. Any wallet works. On mobile, you must have Coinbase wallet. I have not had a chance to play this yet, but I am looking forward to. And this was made by Brock Breadcat. So I'm really excited to give this a try. I never played Oregon Trail. That was a little after my time, but I know these millennials really like it. So there you go. Did you ever play Oregon Trail, the original one?
It was I have like a vague memory of it, and it's like almost possible. Is it possible we played it, but it wasn't a computer game?
No, it was a computer game.
Oh,
and
it was like DOS. It was like a DOS based one.
Yes,
like
very early one. And a lot of schools had them. It was like to help you kind of learn how to use a computer and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I could be totally making this up. I have this memory of playing it not, like we did something. I don't know. Maybe it was just the computer game.
I don't know. I only believed it was a computer game, but I guess.
But yes, there's a small population of people who are, I think,
obsessed. Yeah,
obsessed.
Totally obsessed with this. So I think it's going to go very well. So a few other things. Willy Wonka is launching nOGs today, a different kind of nOGs. So Nounspace is a client for Farcaster that's launching soon. And this was related to this, introducing nOGs, Nounspace OG NFTs, launching tomorrow, which is today at 11:11 a.m. CST, not just NFT, but a portal to the on-chain universe. So this is early access to customize the space, premium Nounspace for life, and infinite possibilities. So I'm looking forward to seeing what this looks like. This is one of the first clients that's being produced for a channel. So we'll see. We'll see what it's supposed to be, a takeoff on MySpace. We shall see.
Willie's in our chat today.
Is he in our chat? Oh, hey, Willie.
Yeah, and I thought he was going to share the stage with us.
I wasn't sure if we had time, so we're going to get him on at a later time to check out what everything that he has going on there. I'd love to get him on when it launches too, so that we can get so we can get more info and have him sort of do a demo and walk us through it. I think that would be the best option. And then we have this from you, and I'd like you to chat about. So idea, NYC writing hackathon on-chain summer. One day, 20 to 25 people split into teams of 1 to 4, publish an essay on-chain on a selected Farcaster topic. Applicants must show proof of prior work, blogs, newsletters, art, etc. All I need is a company with office space to host. I can coordinate everything else. And you had a couple already jump in and say
it's on. This is happening. So
all right.
the first Farcaster, the first Farcaster NYC writing hackathon will happen for on-chain summer. Lots of details to be worked out. I have done these before. I'm not sure if anyone else has, but kind of group writing workshops.
You've done this with DevOps, right? Is that I remember you do this like once a year. Yeah, which is pretty cool.
So there's a DevOps one. I'm kind of taking some lessons learned from that experience and making them more Farcastery. I mean, we'll see how it goes. So, but we do have Variant was the first one to raise their hand and offer to donate office space. I expected them to, because they've done other hackathons.
Yeah.
They've done other hackathons and they're so all over Farcaster. So shout out, Allie. Thank you. We're going to work together to figure it out. We'll do it on a Friday or Saturday. It's going to be a one-day thing. Awesome. And there'll be a few topics to choose from, kind of like we'll figure out what they are, but like, what are some big ideas within the Farcaster or challenges or future problems that we want people to solve? Come together. We put together essays and kind of launch them together, and it'll be fun.
I love it. I love this idea, and I'm really hoping that it works out that when I'm up in the Northeast, because that would be good. I'd love to go. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. And we've also been talking about doing a creator summit as well, on-chain creators, on-chain podcasting, on-chain media in general. So more to come on that. This from Rish, and I'm hoping you have some insight on this, or somebody in the chat has some insight on this. because I have no idea what's going on. So wait, what is this ice cream cone thing in /scoop? And a couple people have asked this question and nobody's gotten an answer. The answer they get back are more ice cream scoops. That's the answer that comes back. That's it. So any idea?
Have you casted? Have you casted anything about ice cream?
I no. What I did was CC Salvino to say, hey, any insight here? And I got no answer. So I have no idea what's going on. Anyone? I think people just like ice cream. You guys are not helpful.
There's an ice cream cabal.
There's an ice cream cabal. Okay. Is this like the diet? Is this related to the Diet Coke?
I don't know.
Okay.
It may just be people like ice cream.
People like ice cream. This is yum,
or
so good.
There may be a small group of people planning to take over the world and using ice cream as their rallying cry, and we'll see what happens.
Okay. There you go. That's so, I was really hoping for some actual answers. I got none.
Where are the lactose intolerant people?
Those poor people. They should be protesting. This from our friend Heavyweight. 2 months since obtaining co-founder status, 1 month away from Day. I completely understand now why Steve Jobs only had one outfit.
I love you, Heavyweight.
I thought that was fair. I'm excited to see what the demos for this that come out for this is for C Club.
The C Club cohort.
Yeah, there's a few Farcaster teams within the C Club cohort this time, and I'm excited to see what they deliver, which will be very, very soon. We also have this from Nook, as this was planning on launching the updated version of Nook tomorrow. It feels much smoother and faster with a lot of bugs from the current version fixed. Please share any other feedback so we can incorporate it into the launch. And then this was a quote cast of that. As part of this, we're deprecating all custom feeds. We found most people are using them as lists. So instead, we're adding a list feature that we can integrate throughout the app in a better and more performant way. There's more to that, but I'll leave that for tomorrow, which is today. So Nook, I feel like, is fast becoming sort of one of the main alternate clients. Still haven't had a chance to dive in, but I thought that was interesting that custom feeds is going by the wayside. So there you go. Very interesting, but lists will remain. And then we had this from Orange DAO, introducing the world's first Farcaster frame for VC fundraising. For the first time ever, you can apply for funding and receive up to 100K, all within a frame. Orange DAO is the largest founder community in crypto, and we're excited to do more with the FC ecosystem. So Orange DAO Fellowship, join the best founder community in crypto. And there you go. So if you've been interested in for the Orange DAO Fellowship, now you can do it via Frame, which I think is interesting. And then there was this from Lynx. So Lynx, I'm about to put a little spotlight on you. They were so concerned whether or not they could. They never asked themselves if they should. So I don't know.
You could say that about so many things.
So many things.
It's like
so many things.
Yeah.
Whether or not VCs should be giving funding by frame, I don't know. But to me, this is more of like applying for their fellowship rather than actually doing, pitch in a frame kind of thing. But I think it could be done. So there you go. And with that, anything else before we sign off?
I just have to say, I am so happy you're back. We missed you on Monday. I love you in the driver's seat. And
it's so much easier, right? It's so much easier to be in the co-host seat.
Yeah, today just felt right. So thank you. Welcome back.
I do plan to take on future vacations though. So don't get too comfy.
We'll allow that, but
don't get too comfy. I need a couple days off here or there. And with that, thank you, everybody. Thanks to the chat. You guys have been so fun today. I've been peeking while we've been going along, and I see you down there. And we will see you on Friday. We're going to be on at noon on Friday with Itai from Dynamic, talking about smart wallets and all the things that they are working on. So I'm really excited about that. That's going to be a very interesting conversation. Anything else that I missed, Adrienne?
No, but if you have questions for Itai, send it to us.
Send them to
for
us.
Friday. That's it. Have a great day.
Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.